or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your heart.
Yes, indeed. We're going to open our heart right here on VCMG, Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation at 866-972-7247. You ask, Spirit answers. We are on the path of your spiritual journey. And as we're on that path, we'll find ourselves asking some key questions. What's right for me? Which way do I go? I hear that statement in my head from the cartoon. Which way did he go, George? Right? Which way did he go? Which way should I go? You know, the world presents us with so many different experiences now. We've kind of broken out of the routine of what once was. And it's unfamiliar, uncharted territory. And for many of us, it's got us feeling, well, as if we got kicked back a notch. But did you really? Before I came into the show tonight, I was chatting with someone I had had a session with in 2017. And we were catching up, and things began to play out for them beautifully. But they were talking about something that happened. They had finally gotten this fabulous moment presented to them, and they had this opportunity to dive into their wildest dream. And then it got snatched out away from them. Just snatched away unexpectedly. They were crushed. But why were they crushed? They were crushed because what they thought was they wanted, what they thought it was going to look like, how they wanted their life to unfold, was presented, removed, and they thought they missed their great big break. But then they realized that they were giving their power away. They were letting something, someone, present to them an opportunity. And they realized that within themselves, they had their own ability to create their own opportunities. They had this inner strength, this inner knowing, this inner ability to connect and, gosh darn, make it happen. And so they took it as a sign to never give their power away and to not wait on their success, not to let someone else determine when and how their success would come. And so they went on the path and created an even better version of the opportunity for themselves. Not under the same exact umbrella, not the same way, but they created something fabulous and unique. And it's picking up momentum. And they're moving forward in so many ways and directions that they could never have imagined. You see, as humans, we get stuck on, well, sometimes I say we get stuck on stupid. Because we get stuck on this idea of what things need to look like, how it needs to play out, who needs to be participating. And this is not a time in our life, in our world, for us to be holding on to old stories, for us to be holding on to old paradigms. It's time to break out of the routine that we've been in. And if something isn't working, if something isn't manifesting, if something's not presenting itself, then maybe we need to change what it is we say we want. That doesn't mean abandon ship, forget what I wanted, I can't have what I want something new in my life, it's not coming, so I'm just going to have to settle. I'm not saying that. Spirit would never ask you to do that. Spirit looks for you to be open to new adventures. Spirit looks for you to be flexible. The universe is ever always flowing, and here you are stuck in this one thing. It's got to look this way. I have to have a job in this arena. Well, what if the universe, what if God has a better version of work life for you? What if the work that you're doing is good? But what if there's a role that's going to meet all of your desires and help you financially and give you a better work-life balance and put you on a path where you're going to touch lives and change things that wouldn't have been changed if you stayed stuck where you are? You see, the universe is always asking us to shift, to bend, to open up to something new. They're always asking us to go inside. The answers are always within. And every week, I am the conduit of energy that brings forth the message that is here to be the guide on the path of life. And the path that you're on is all about you advancing in this spiritual journey. It's never been about how high you climb in your corporate ladder, how much money you make, how many friends you have, what your physical body looks like. It's never been about that. But we as humans, we've made it about that. We've made it about things that are so external, almost as if we're running away from ourselves, because we may not like what we see. But is it that you don't like what you see inside, or is it because you've become conditioned through someone else's projection onto you as to who they think you are and how they think you should be, that you've developed this sense of not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy? And you've since not liked yourself, perhaps in a while. We're all evolving. And what these past few years have done for us as a society have told us that there are things that we haven't done in a while that need to be done. We need to pray. I have never heard so many people tell me they were praying since 2020. Do people pray? Yes. But throw a pandemic at the world and suddenly everyone's on their knees. Why does it take a catastrophe, something so serious and invasive, to make us jump on our knees and ask God to help us? Why are we not checking in, tuning in to God every day? Why are we not asking our angels and our guides for a message every day? And then not questioning the message. I would be a very rich woman if I had $1 every time someone said, "Sarah, I think I got a message." And it looked like this. I asked for the message, but I don't know if that's the message. But did you ask for it? Did it come in an opportune time that matched your thoughts and your feelings? And they reply yes, and I say, why would you doubt the message? You see, as humans, we need to be hit on the head. Some days in life, we might feel like whack-a-mole. Remember that boardwalk game where we've got the mole popping up and we've got to bang it down as many times as possible, and every time it pops up, we hit it? Some of us have gone through our life being the mole, getting whacked on the head, and then just finding another way to come up. But are you coming up with enthusiasm, passion, purpose? Or are you just showing up because it's what you need to do? What is the real reason that we do what we do? Spirit guides us and shows us that information. And then we think, I don't know if that's really true. I don't know if that is a message from God. Perhaps I'm making it up in my head. And then we try so hard. We try so hard to make the round peg fit in the square hole. So many analogies they're giving me tonight. But how many of you have a life version of how you would like to be, and you're trying to fit your round version in a square hole? You keep thinking, I'm going to make it work. If something's not working, now's the time for change. If something's not working, now's the time for you to step into a journey of being true to yourself and understanding that every question has an answer. You need to be patient and wait for the answer, not jump to conclusions and thus get yourself into another pattern. Earlier today, I was speaking to someone, and they like to plan. Who doesn't like to plan? But they don't know if a year from now they're going to like the plan that they're making. But they feel the need to make the plan, which I can appreciate. They feel the need to feel secure, to know that they have something that they're moving towards, moving for, so that they can have something to fall to, long to walk to. But how can they do that if they're not sure if they're going to like it. And they're trying to anticipate things that are a year and a half in the way, and finding the flaws as to why it may not work, but yet looking at where they are now and saying, I like this, but I know that I'm not going to like this for a long period of time, so I've got to make a change. It's almost as if they're talking themselves into a change because they feel like they're supposed to. And they're expecting things to fall into place according to plan. And we know that God laughs at he who makes plans. So the guidance in this is to live in this moment of now. The universe knows what your plans are. The universe knows the better version of what you want. Just because something appears to be a certain way at this moment does not mean that we are going to be locked into that, especially if it's in the future, especially if change is coming and we have the opportunity to define the change. So many of us worry. We have fear of the unknown. And we ask questions based in fear. Is my boyfriend going to leave me? Are we going to make it? Those questions are based in fear. So fear attracts more fear. Fear attracts the exact outcome that you do not desire. So, will your boyfriend leave you? First of all, do you want to be with your boyfriend or your girlfriend? What do you want? And if what you want is different than what they want, perhaps the universe is showing you a different path and wants you open to someone else coming in. But no, we've got to hold on to what we want because we think we want what we want the way we want, and we've got to have it now. Because we have this vision of how it's supposed to work. What if you've been in a relationship for a long time and you're waiting for it to go to the next level and it hasn't? So what are you waiting for? It hasn't. Is it that important to you, or are you okay the way you are? Is it the next level up that you feel you need to accomplish, like check off a box? Or is it that you want different things and that person doesn't want what you want? Maybe at one point you were on the same page, but they've drifted from that plan. They didn't read the playbook. So how do we know what to do? We have to go inside. We have to seek guidance, but the guidance is inside. Someone like myself is really just the person who points out what's there. Yes, in a way, tell you what you think you already know, but also point out where you're taking a wrong turn and getting ready to start another pattern, which may be chaotic. And we really don't want to repeat that pattern, do we? We don't want to feel as if we are back again to somewhere we don't want to be. We want to break free. And as the world is changing and bringing so much angst, fear, uncertainty, as the world is presenting people not being able to get along, to feel like we are one, don't you think you need to be one within yourself? Don't you feel like you hold the key to your own happiness? You do. Cannot give your happiness away. No one else makes you happy. And you can't make anyone love you either. If your job isn't fulfilling you, then think of what you'd like to shift and change. And if it's not possible where your job is, then look elsewhere. And don't let fear grapple you and make you feel as if it's not possible given the economic climate and companies laying people off. That's the story in the universe, in the energy, in the planet, but the universe always has abundance, but we're owning the lack that we as humans have created. So we're sending that signal out in the universe, and the universe is mirroring back more lack, more loss, more mourning, more difficulties, more challenges, more scarcity. I know, you could say something about the powers that be, and that would be a whole nother conversation. But everyone needs to remember that the real power that is and always shall be, is the power of God. The power of God that has the power to shift and change anything instantaneously. Probably laughing at the human race at times, saying, when are they going to learn? California has gone through horrific weather. Horrific. And difficult and unprecedented. It's caused a lot of problems, difficulties, suffering for many. But on the flip side, wasn't California the place that they were saying was in a drought and we didn't know how and when it was ever going to come out of a drought? And what did Mother Nature do? Open up the floodgates. You cannot underestimate powers that are greater than us. And you cannot underestimate the power that resides within you, that is the divine source power. That has the power to change anything. That has the power to shift every perception to the highest possible outcome. And you have that inside of you. All you have to do is tap in. All you have to do is tune yourself to the frequency of the universe and just let it flow. Before the show, I was talking about the opening number. The world is changing now. And I was thinking how that song just flowed right through me. What you hear is the actual writing of the song. The live channeling of words, music, the playing, the delivery of the song, all so perfectly organic. You've got that same ability. Perhaps mine is expressed in music and messages to all of you, but you all have the ability to tap in and bring forth a flow of energy and create your universe, create your world, create. But we've got to go inside and disconnect from the not good enough, not worthy, and the places of fear and doubt, the questions that keep you rooted in the past, that thus create another scenario not much different than the last, that block you from creating that magical outcome that you desire. It's time for you to tune into you, and ask the big questions. The big questions that determine an outcome, rather than exacerbate or comfort the fear of your little girl or little boy inside that doesn't believe it's possible because somewhere inside, maybe, you don't feel like you're really worthy of everything you say you want. Well, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go to our phone lines and answer questions. I hope we're going to ask the big questions, the real questions that will help you navigate life. You can contact us at 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, right here on VCMG, the oldie station, 95.9 and 93.3, 96.9, 106.9, 1470 AM, and 103.1 HD3. I'm Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. 24/7.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
It's Brian Craig here. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. Wish I had them for everyone, but the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners who call 1-833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. You can see your home right from the palm of your hands. That's not all. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners to dial 1-833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. So call Sloman's now for this limited time offer at 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050.
And now another community first message from Rose.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Get license plate and driver's licenses of the driver involved along with pictures of the vehicles. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the True Oldies channel.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you are looking for the best seafood in town, you have to try Chowderheads. You'll love their authentic New England seafood, flown in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
Hi, this is Joe Thomas from the Jupiter Joe Money Show. What if I told you there was a retirement strategy where your money wasn't all at risk? I have guaranteed options to keep your money safe without losing a penny in the market. Your money grows when the market goes up, and most importantly, you never lose a penny when the market drops. Doesn't that sound like a better retirement strategy? Get a free copy of my book by going to jupiterjoe.com or calling 561-743-0999. Get a copy of my free book, Retirement Know-It-All, by going to jupiterjoe.com today.
And now another community first message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Seek medical attention for injuries as soon as possible, along with notifying your insurance company. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
It's Brian Craig here. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. Wish I had them for everyone, but the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners who call 1-833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. You can see your home right from the palm of your hands. That's not all. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners to dial 1-833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. So call Sloman's now for this limited time offer at 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you are looking for the best seafood in town, you have to try Chowderheads. You'll love their authentic New England seafood, flown in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
Robes Law Group of Delray Beach understands winning. As a member of the American Academy of Attorneys $100 million club, they've proven time and again that winning for you is their habit. Don't wait to suffer an accident, download their app today. Be prepared and be protected by placing Robes Injury Law in the palm of your hand. Text ROBES, that's ROBES, to 474747. Click on robeslawgroup.com or call them today at 561-570-5700. Robes Law Group, winning for you and our community. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
The following message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
It's good to have hobbies, it's good to travel, it's good to do fun things in retirement, but I think most of us also want to do something meaningful in terms of giving back to the community.
I think if you start as an ombudsman, it's going to tear at your heartstrings and it's going to pull you in. Our older folks need us.
For more information, go to ombudsman.elderaffairs.org. That's ombudsman.elderaffairs.org.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way.
Yes, indeed. Looks like some
It's
people have
just
lost their way.
not easy.
And it's not easy to be what you want to be because the world's changed. But we're going to put ourselves on track. We're going to tune in, tap into that frequency. We're going to pull down the influence of the divine. And we're going to tune into our guides and our angels. And we're going to answer your questions live here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We're here every Wednesday night, 6:30 to 9 p.m. We've been on national radio. We're coming up on our 14-year anniversary. I sure hope you join us. We're trying to come up with something real special to do. I feel a party coming on. I don't know, but we'll see what we're going to do. But we are so grateful for all of you who've been following the show all these years. There are people who have been part of the show since the very first show. I thank the listeners. I thank you all for your participation. This show is all about you. And that's why tonight, you ask a question, Spirit's going to ask the question. And we're going to ask you to really up-level your questioning tonight and really be specific. And what do you need guidance on for the journey of life? We're going to go to our phone lines, and 866-972-7247 is the number to call to get in to the queue. And I've got to go to Toronto. I've got Lucy on the line. Lucy, how are you? Good to have you here, Lucy.
Hello, I'm here.
Good to have you.
Good to have you too.
You know, as I started,
long time I haven't talked to you.
It's been a while, but listen, I hear in my head, I hear that
Yes.
song, Lucy in the sky with diamonds, right? So that's your theme song, right? That is your theme song. We've got that
Yes.
energy of
It is.
you just being in the stars, and you are a diamond. And I know maybe at times you're feeling like a diamond in a rough, but you are definitely a diamond. Your guides, your angels, they're with you. And I've got this beautiful power.
I know, I feel them.
This beautiful power of energy with you. I've got Archangel Michael with you. I've got Archangel Gabriel. And Gabriel is bringing you such powerful and warm wisdom and inspiration. Now, Lucy, this year feels like it's a year of some challenge, some maybe even difficulty. Things are really shifting for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like you need to, they're like, fasten your seatbelts. You know, it's really time to just kind of dive in and just let the universe take you out of what looks like a pit. I don't know if you're feeling a little stuck and stagnant, but it's like this pit, and we've got to get you up
very, and I
out.
keep pushing forward. Yeah.
Well, just allow them to lift me up. You know, I hear the Josh Groban song, you raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You've got to let the universe lift you up, my darling, because as this moment of time progresses, and I take you into the month of July, that's when I feel like things are going to get ready to open up for you. I feel as if there are changes that you need to make, but people are not participating, cooperating with you. There's a lot of resistance around you. And I know it makes you want to pull your hair out. And you're usually pretty calm about this stuff, but you have to keep your eye on the big picture. All right? There's a lot of support for you from the angelic realm. And there's a new project coming for you. And I say project because I feel like there's something else for you to do to generate and bring forth money. Is there something new that you're looking to do?
Yes, it is something new that I've been pushing at, and I've stayed on that, yes. I've been staying on it because I felt that this is the path I'm supposed to take.
It is the path.
Yes. Am I doing it right, or is there something else I'm supposed to do? I feel that this is the calling. That's why I'm trying not to deviate from it at all.
Correct. But maybe we need to allow the universe to give you some of the nuances. It's the best way to get there. There's a part of this journey that I see. Are we trying to take some people with us on this journey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So hold
especially
on.
my husband. Yes.
Just hold on. Okay. Some of us believe, and some of us don't believe.
That's right.
All right. So, how are we going to get a magic carpet off the ground if we've got said husband hanging on to the fringe going, I hope this works. I don't know if this is going to work. All right, let's go. What are we going to do?
Yes.
So can you get the magic carpet off the ground and then drop the ladder down so he can climb up?
This is what I felt strongly that the guys have been telling me to do exactly. Because at this stage, it's not really the way, how can I say this? It's not the right time. I feel that, yes.
He's not ready for the journey.
I feel that.
You're ready for the journey, and he'll be a great
Yes.
asset, but it's not his journey to take. It's yours.
Yes.
You just want to take him along. Okay, but
That's
God
right,
has,
so
God
that we
has
can
the,
work together.
I understand, but God has the blessing for you to develop first.
Yes, that's right.
All right, so you develop your
That's right.
your project, your story, and then you weave him in.
Yes.
You know, in the tapestry of life, there's some colors
Yes.
that are dominant colors. And then there are other colors that are just
Yes.
a few passing threads. Now, I understand your husband's a dominant
Yes.
factor in your life, so we're not going to reduce him to a single strand in the great tapestry of life. But
That's-
at this moment, his
Yes.
coloring is not essential to the section of the tapestry that we are weaving at this moment.
Okay, okay.
All right?
Okay.
His thread will come up and
Yes,
move
understand.
to be a greater part because he's highly intelligent, highly structured. You're the creative one.
Yes.
All right. So we need his
Yes.
expertise
Yes.
because sometimes Lucy is in the sky with
Yes.
diamonds and she's a little flaky at times. So he can ground you. Okay?
Yes, yes.
It's
And this is
so
why I thought it was such a good fit to move forward. Yes.
You are.
But I will focus on the universe. It's just, how can I best do this? I just feel that I feel like I want to listen more. Maybe I'm not listening enough. Like, what is the best way, the guides think that I should follow?
Great. So listening.
To actually be able to listen better.
So
Yes.
listening involves being still. Spirit does not always talk when we ask the question, right? Sometimes I can ask a question. What do you think I should do, Spirit? Crickets, crickets, crickets. Okay. So you know my question, Spirit. So when you see fit,
Yes.
because they'll present it in a way that says, look over here. This would be perfect for you. So ask the question
Yes.
and be patient, grasshopper, for the answer. And this is to be of service to
Okay.
others, not just to be of service to yourself, correct? Your
No, it's for
project-
others. It's not even myself. Pretty much not even. It's like calling to serve
serve
the people
others,
that
exactly.
my purpose is about. Exactly, to serve others, yeah.
Right. So
Yes.
let me tell you this. The universe, God, the angels, they support everything that is in alignment with service to others. They provide all that you need,
Yes.
and nothing will be denied
Yes.
as long as it's for the greater good of humanity. So you have to trust the
Yes.
process. But this leveling up that you're experiencing, this strife that seems around you, this
Yes.
pushback from people
Yes.
around you who think you're one step away from cuckoo nest. These
Yes,
individuals,
exactly. Not only people, but even myself. Yeah.
well, get out of the cuckoo nest, honey, because you're not going to get much done if you're in the cuckoo nest. So
Yeah.
understand that seriously, right? So when you look at what is
Yes.
coming for you and what you wish to do,
Yes.
they will open the doors. They will provide all that you need. You need to just stay in the flow as if it is already here and envision it in its perfected state and let all the right people come to be a part of this to serve. The resistance that you're
Yeah.
feeling is toughening you up because the minute you get on the path of good and great and support of humanity, remember we have duality. Not only will your own doubts and fears come in, but the doubts, fears, and resistance from others may intensify. No one said the path of enlightenment
right.
is easy, especially for those who wish to hold the light so others may see on the journey. It's not always easy.
Absolutely.
So in this moment of
Yes.
time, focus. Focus on it. I see
Yes.
something opening. I see, and I don't know if we're looking to do like a structure or a set environment, please, but I'm seeing some opening, some environment being created in this latter half of this year. So the way the clock is ticking and time is going, girl, you got a lot to do.
Yes, I do. I
So
do.
focus.
And this is why I feel like it's kind of stagnant. Exactly. So I need to focus. It's just, I feel like I'm moving forward, but in circle at the same time.
Just
this
do.
is what I feel.
Just do.
Yeah.
All right, your analyzation
Okay,
becoming
okay.
paralyzation. There's the singing.
That's right.
The singing spirit guides are with me today. So now we're going to go from the abominable snowman, and Rudolph, and he said, "Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor." Right. So put one foot in front of the other.
Okay, I
All right.
will.
You're
I will do
looking,
it. Oh.
you know, today's the day of analogies for my spirit guides. They're just filled with them today, but don't lose yourself in that.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to stay in the cave of how
Okay.
it needs to be. Just go out into the world and say, "Hi,
Yeah.
how are you? I'm Lucy. Pleased to meet you. I'm here to impart wisdom and assist humanity in the process of healing and shifting their consciousness. How may I serve you?"
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
And let the universe give you
I still
back.
connect with this.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes,
Lucy, have
I
you
will.
called into
I'll
the
look at
show
myself
before?
with this.
Have you called the show before?
Yes, I called back just a long, long time ago. But when I was in Florida, I used to see you, but that was a long time ago.
Well, thank
but
you
when
so
I come back,
much.
I'm definitely going to book time to come see you again.
Yes. Thank you so much for
Yes.
remembering me. And do know
Thank
that you
you
can
so
reach
much,
me
Sarah.
via video chat,
Yes.
Skype, FaceTime. So just because we have a few miles between us and
Yes.
it's a little chillier where you are, doesn't mean we can't connect.
I
So
did, unfortunately.
yeah, you've got a little chill
Yes,
in the
it
air.
is. I'm looking forward to go back to Florida and see you. Definitely.
I look forward
Thank
to that,
you
Lucy.
so much,
You're
Sarah.
welcome. Bye for now.
Thank you. God
welcome.
bless you.
God
Take
bless
care.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
866-972-7247. From Toronto, we're going to go somewhere that is also a little chilly, maybe even a little rainy. We've got to go to Oregon, and I've got Terry on the line. Terry, how you doing tonight?
Good, Sarah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you again. It is really a time, oh my goodness, a time for you to just focus on the changes that you have already made and get ready to step into what looks like a really powerful, energetic place to manifest this new life that I see around you. It is time that you put yourself first and feel free. And when I look at this journey, I feel like you've got a book in you. You've definitely got something inside of you that you've got a story to tell. It's been quite the roller
Yes.
coaster. Could almost be a movie miniseries, right?
Yes, correct.
And so
Correct.
begin to journal and see what comes of it, because through your path of letting go of your insecurities and giving yourself permission to claim your worth, you are giving yourself the power to be free, and the power to be free offers you the opportunity to not just have a better life, but to serve others through your own story. And it will
Yeah,
help
and
you
I need
heal.
to tell it, but I'm definitely afraid to stand up in front of an audience. I really am.
Okay. You don't have
I need
to
to work
stand in
on
front
that.
of an audience. You just write it down. Write it down, put it in a blog. Let people know what it's like to break free of an imprisoned relationship, imprisoned experience, how to find their worth and their power, and how to truly learn to love themselves. So many people need that message, Terry. And
They
you've
do,
got,
they do,
You've,
and I'm
you've
still
got
I'm
the
still
battle
struggling,
wounds
but
to prove it, right? So
I do, yes.
you do,
And,
unfortunately.
and is the job that I'm taking, is that a good move?
And we are going to start this job by April?
Yes.
It's a good first step. I don't see it as the be-all, end-all
Okay.
job, but it's a good first step. We need to get ourselves back on our feet, yes? We do.
Correct. And okay, and one more question and I'm
Yes.
done. So my fur baby Sonny is still gone. I just want, if I ever see him again, I just want to know that I love him, and Scooter misses him too.
So your fur baby, if this is any comfort to you, does not feel like they're harmed. Your fur baby feels as if they are whole. And so perhaps they served their purpose in your journey, and perhaps they're bringing light into someone else's life. But I don't feel this energy of them wandering somewhere. I don't want you worrying that they're lost forever. All right? I don't.
Okay.
And keep
That's good to
checking
know.
with the shelters and things to see if you can locate Sonny.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're
God
welcome,
bless you.
Terry.
You made
Thank you.
me feel that comfort. Thank you.
You're welcome.
God
Bye
bless
for
you.
now.
Thanks a lot, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We are answering your questions all across the nation. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to continue on our phone calls, and then we will also visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube and answer those questions. So be sure to post them in the feed, and please share the page, share the light, share the love. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG on the Oldies station. And we're so glad to have your calls and to share this night with all of you. If you'd like to have a personal session with me, visit sarahspiritual.com. There you learn about all the sessions that I offer, as well as my fabulous products that are available on our website. And if you're local in South Florida, please visit us at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach, right off of Okeechobee Boulevard, easily accessible from 95 and the Florida Turnpike. Visit us at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, and you can learn more about my center at sarahspiritual.com. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and I see the questions are lining up on our Facebook and our YouTube feed, so please continue to put those questions in. We'll be randomly picking questions to answer live on air. And I've got to go to Rachel, and Rachel is in New Jersey. Rachel, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to connect with you, Rachel. And how did you hear about this show?
Oh, I've been seeing you for quite some time now, for several years.
Oh, wonderful.
I've done private, and I just moved, so I'm usually in New York when we speak. I'm in New Jersey right now.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you so much for continuing to reach out and participate with everything that we do here at the radio show and the center. And yes, I definitely remember you. What is your question for us, Rachel, this evening?
Of course. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I wanted to know about finances, and like I've been trying to find my niche, and I guess just like in the finance career sector, you know, if you see anything good coming anytime soon. I've been out of work for some time.
Right.
And I feel like I'm applying myself.
Yeah. Last year, they make me feel like was a difficult year for you, right? It's like kind of like the poop hit the fan. All right. And it made for a lot of challenges, right? And so these challenges were part of a death and a rebirth for you. Nothing literal, just we need to let go and rebirth ourselves, stepping into something new. This year, as we get closer to your birthday, that's where things start to line up for you. I see things falling into place. I feel as if you don't know who you are all of a sudden. And I know you know who you are, but who have you come to be? What's your mission? What's your purpose? What's your real reason for being? What's going to bring you joy and finances? And you're struggling with that question. You're struggling with what is my purpose and my passion, because you were caught up in the rat race, particularly the past 8 years. And these past 8 years, it was more of the same. And when I take you back, and I have to take you back to, I got to go back to 2013. This was a time of change and some difficulty for you at that time, 2013?
Yeah.
Okay. You are closing out a lot of the energy from 2013. And I feel like then there was like a rebirthing of you going on as well. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Circumstances shifted and changed that were out of your control?
Yeah.
And you don't like being out of control at all?
It's tough.
It's tough for you, right? Because you have a way of getting things done and you have a plan. So now the universe is asking you to fly by the seat of your pants. And there's something creative and fun that is bringing people and something together, people and something coming together. This is how I see it. And I don't want to call it an event, but I feel as if there's something that lets you bring people together, brings purpose and meaning to your life and to their life, and uses your skill sets and incorporates creativity. And I feel like you want to do it more in your own type of environment, like you're calling the shots, your own work environment that is more your business than working for someone else. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, yeah.
So as we look at that, and we look at where that takes you, look at the things that you've done for others, and what could you do a little bit more for yourself rather than being under the confines of what others are expecting you to do. Now, does that mean we go from where we are now into our own business? No, I'm not saying that literally, but it is something that is coming in the future. And so it's leading you that way. But as far as work and finances, they begin to improve in the month of June. June seems to open up new doors of possibilities. And I feel as if whatever we have in the hopper of the looking for work, we haven't quite landed the right connection with someone. But are we working with someone who's like a recruiter, please? Because I feel like there's someone who introduces you to someone that opens up the door for you. Are we working with a recruiter?
No, I mean the woman that I work on weekends, and she's like like head of HR, and she works with recruiters. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm on Indeed, and there's recruiters there.
Okay. So I feel like a recruiter is going to help you find your spot. So you reach out to some recruiters. You reach out and get yourself connected with someone who's going to kind of bridge those connections for you. It's going to work for you.
Okay. And then
It's going to
around
all come together. Yes.
Awesome.
It's
Oh,
just
that's
you needed
exciting.
to.
And then around like June and September,
those
there
are
will be a shift in
markers in time. Exactly. And looking at where you are now, it's really just allowing yourself to just be. Allowing yourself to be and just enjoy the simplicity of life, and don't let the fear of what we don't have shake you up.
Right.
And I
Sarah,
also
you're always spot on. You're so good. I adore you.
Thank you. Thank you. And is there an idea or a thought that you might want to move after all of this is said and done?
Well, we're looking to buy a house right now. We
Okay.
have been for a while, and I was thinking of like an Airbnb on the property or something like that. Those are ideas, but
Okay. I see those things coming to fruition. All right. Buying a house, getting a house, that's something that's coming. I understand the market and everything's a little interesting, but we have to trust the process and know that it's going to fall into place. And then how you decide to do an investment property, be it an Airbnb or something else, that's also something that will come. So there is a move coming for you. I don't see that between now and September, but it is in the energy. So I just wanted to make you aware that you're doing all the right things. We just need things to fall into place in a timely fashion that makes it easier so you don't sweat it.
right. Okay, great. Oh, that's good news.
All right. Thank you so much for remembering us and giving us a call, Rachel. God bless you, and you be sure to keep us
Always.
posted. Thank you. Bye for now.
You too. God bless you too, Sarah. Thank you. Bye.
866-972-7247. We're answering some big important questions on the journey of life for everyone. And we're going to go to Illinois. We've got Alyssa. Alyssa's on the line. Alyssa, how are you doing? Good to
Hi,
have
Sarah.
you here. How are you? What is your burning question?
I'm doing good. I have a question about, me and my relationship.
Yes.
I have a couple. So I moved back home, and that's an hour away from his hometown.
Correct.
Do you see us moving closer to his job? Because he can't keep coming back and forth because that's like $100 in gas.
Right.
So we're looking for apartments. Do you see us moving?
I do see you moving, but we have to be patient. We have to be patient, and we have to trust that it'll come together in a perfect time. And you just have to
Okay.
trust this process here. All right. And you both needed your space. And so even though we want to see each other, we also don't want to go right back to the way we were, because then we're going to fall into the same negative pattern. So the universe is giving you an opportunity to kind of have, a little space between the two of
Space.
you. Okay. And then there is a move for you. It's finding the right place, the right place that you can afford. It's going to take a little bit of time. And I really feel that May opens up that energy for that shift and move. So I don't feel like we found a place yet. I feel like May is going to open it. And I feel like we talked about this on our last call here into the show. So what is your follow-up question before we go?
Do you see us like long-term lasting, like working? Because he wants to take a trip outside of the state and see his family and everything. And you're gonna say, don't jump into this. I can hear you saying it, but he told his cousin that he wants another kid and he wants to marry me. Do you see that down the road?
So that's a lot that you're bundling up into one question, but let me just say this to you. And hopefully you were really listening to the opening monologue. Your questions are coming from a place of fear, uncertainty, and worry that he may not really love you. He may not be there. If this really going to happen? Okay, so I don't want you to be in that place. I want you to trust that.
My fear is that since he's an hour away, he's gonna just get frustrated and
Don't
everything.
listen
I
to
know
what other
he loves
people
me.
say. Don't listen to what other people say. You two know your story. Nobody else does. The opinions, and I need you and everyone listening to hear me, so listen. The opinions of others are based on their experiences, on what they think they know, but they know nothing about the journey of your soul, because your soul's journey is unique unto you. And when I give you an answer, I tune into spirit and I see your soul's journey and his soul's journey, and what the reason is for the two of you coming together, why we have the hiccups we have, and how we can navigate and reintegrate the relationship to a better level. All right, so other people are going to say what traditionally they know or they think they know happens. That's not your story. Do not talk about
Very
your
true, and
fears
a lot
with
of
other
people
people.
try.
They're not going to
A
support
lot
you.
of people try because they're jealous.
So,
and that's what he says, and he really wants us to work.
Then stop talking. Stop talking. The greatest problem of people is they feel the need to tell people what they want to do, or they want people's permission or understanding, or they want to share. And when they take that path, they're opening up their coveted dream between them and God and opening it up to the energy and thoughts of others, which can also include other people's jealousy, judgment, and their opinions. And you know what
And
they say about
negativity.
opinions, okay? So we need to let go of that. And you two work on a plan and tell no one. No one. Zip. Nada. Nothing. And take yourself in the direction of what you want. When you find an apartment, do not tell people you find an apartment, because then, next thing you know, your application doesn't get approved. Quiet. When we have a good idea
That's
or
what he
a
always
plan,
says. Quiet is better.
yes. And he's observing what other people are capable of, and perhaps he's a little more streetwise. But to me, every dream that we create has to come with a hashtag that says hashtag shut up. Because we need to stop talking. It is
So
for
you
you
do
to
really
create.
see us working out in the end.
Yes.
If
Now
I
you
just stop being insecure.
you need to see yourself working out. He needs to see yourselves working out.
I do.
You need
I'm
to
just
stop
scared I'm
questioning.
just gonna mess up. That's
Well,
what I'm scared.
listen, everybody messes up. Nobody is perfect. You can't live your life on eggshells. You just be who you are.
Well, no, that's
Just be who you are.
I made mistakes in the past, and that's
Everybody
what
makes
I'm trying to
mistakes.
show him that
Everybody makes mistakes.
I
honey.
love this.
Great. So be in the energy of love. And trust that God and the angels have your back, Alyssa. All right? All right.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah. I really
You're welcome.
enjoy talking to you.
Thank you. It's our pleasure to be
Bye-bye.
assistants, and thank you for listening to the show all these years. We greatly appreciate it. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. 866-972-7247. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and we've got Carmen, and Carmen is in Boca. Carmen, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. Good to connect with you. What is the question for us tonight?
Well, I have a two-pronged questions. My first one is I've kind of lost my desire for what I thought was my life purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to you about this before, and you just said you felt like I was my what are they called? Priorities were changing, and I think you were absolutely right.
Right. So let me pause you
Am I-
for a minute.
I
I'll
was
just
like,
pause
what-
you. Hold on. Let me pause you.
Sure.
The minute I connected with you, I wrote 3 words. Think big and growth. We need growth. You need growth. We need growth. We've got to create here. So it's time for you to grow. So how do we grow? We grow by thinking outside of the box of what we think we know and what we think we've already accomplished, and we look for something new and different. So as your priorities do shift, you become more aware of what feels right to you. See, for you, it's important that you're in your feeling energy, not your headspace, because you weigh the pros and cons, you think too much, yes? So we need you to focus on what makes me feel good, okay? That's the importance here. Go ahead with your questioning.
Yeah, no, that was it. I mean, I'm just like, I did have a two-pronged question. But, wow, what I feel is totally different than what I moved down here for, what I'm feeling right now. My second question is, it's on the romantic level. I was seeing this guy, things seem to be going great, and then, I don't know, he's overwhelmed. I'm not for sure if this is something I just need to do something else or just wait and see. Not like wait on the guy, but just while I'm doing something else,
correct,
see how things unfold, or just keep going, period.
What is his birthday?
That's a good question. I forgot.
Okay.
I'm not like in love or anything. We've only been dating for like a couple month or two.
Yeah. So even though you're evolving and you're creating a new life for yourself, he doesn't have his life in order either. And so for him, taking on something that asks him to show up and feel is not really where he's at. He's kind of on an automatic pilot right now. And you're looking to show up and feel. So if we're going to show up and feel, we need people who are going to step in line with you and be an equal vibrational match. Can he come around? Will he come around? Well, we're not waiting on the street corner for that, as you said. We're going to see what unfolds, but he'll be on the back burner because you're moving forward. And when I look at the energy of love and I see that frequency around you, there's great emotional expansion and growth that comes for you this year, which makes me feel as if love comes. And when love comes, it catches you by surprise. So it's not even something that your analytical mind can plan. It's going to just come. And already this connection with him is feeling a little too much work. We don't want to work. We want to flow, and we want to be in the energy of creation in this romantic space. And he's not really doing his part. So my guides say next, let someone else step forward. But go with what you feel. What you feel is different and better than the plan. The plan will only take you so far and then fail you in the end and catch you back up in what you had somewhere else 5 years ago. See, we need to take you back to the year of 2017 and look how far you've come, but also look at what were you doing then and what didn't you like and what can you be sure that you do differently now. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. In 2017, where were you?
Oh, everywhere I didn't want to be.
Thank you. And do you remember what that felt like?
Yeah, it felt horrible. And it was just due to a divorce situation. So it wasn't necessarily things created for myself. It was created for me. So, I'm fine. Life's really going good for me. I really have no complaints.
Exactly. But look how far you've come. And we use that as a marker of time of where you don't ever want to be again.
Oh, the message to everyone out there who's listening is you will make it. You will have victory. Just hang in there. Keep, don't lose sight of things.
Correct.
So that I've lived that for sure. I don't care how bad it seems. We all can persevere.
And you did. And now you're going to trust your feelings and your intuition. And when things start to feel a little weird or wonky, you're out. We're going with what makes you feel good. right? Like that Sheryl Crow
Most
song, if
definitely.
it makes you happy, it can't be that bad, right?
Yeah, I got to tell you, out of everything that, I know you've got like a limited time, but the what next has really been plaguing me for 5 or 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know what to do with my life professionally anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the age where I just want to go sit down somewhere, meet Mr. Right, go sit down somewhere, travel, do this, do that. However, there's some things that need to accomplish in the meantime.
Correct.
That I need to get accomplished in the meantime. And it's just kind of like, what next? Because I've worked on those things. They haven't moved necessarily the way I wanted them to. And, life can wear anybody out. And that's, the past has worn me out,
Right.
even though the present is good.
So when you move yourself into this direction of a new life and path, everything that you're doing that isn't working invites something else in. Perhaps what we're doing, we're spinning our wheels. It's not the right choice. I say perhaps, but I hear it's not all the right choice here. So letting go of where we are and being open to something else is going to benefit you. You see, you're extremely independent, and yes, we really would love to have that partner to collaborate with and share and ideally make things easier, because the two of you come together as one, and then life gets simpler. We understand that. But you're in a holding pattern, and it's almost as if you're in an airplane getting ready to land, but they haven't given you clearance to land. And so the plane, however circulatory it may feel, going around in circles, waiting for permission to change altitude and come down and ground itself so that it could then take off again. You're waiting to come down to ground yourself to take off to the next venture in life. And this has been a very difficult time to make that happen, because you have not had the support energetically to get it done. It has nothing to do with anything you've done. It is the energetic support. It has not been there because it's not the right time. It's like the act of the second act and the intermission before the second act, that moment in time where they're fixing the stage and they're not quite ready to open the curtain, even though the whole audience is there waiting for the second act. They realize that some of the pieces on the set are not lining up perfectly. So the universe is lining things up for you. And it is going to get easier. It is going to get easier. Change the mindset, change the intention a bit, and give yourself permission to just let things be. Drop in the feelings and let them move forward. All right?
That's what I've been doing, so that's absolutely perfect message. I just surrendered everything.
Surrender.
Awesome.
It won't be for long. And surrender doesn't mean defeat. It just means learning to allow the universe to provide everything you need to sustain you until everything comes together in the perfected state that you feel the satisfaction and the recognition and the attributes of the physical world have come together to facilitate what's next for you. We have to allow this to happen. Thank you so much for your call.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you. Bye for now.
And by the way, you look great in purple.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much. I appreciate it. Bye.
Sure.
866-972-7247. Yes, we've got to play with color here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we are truly loving playing with color. And we are going to go back to the phone lines. And I've got to go to Anna. And Anna is in Connecticut. Anna, how are you? Good to connect with you.
You too. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Wonderful. So, Anna, universe wants to show you the money. What money do you want to make? You want to make money. You got to see money. Money's coming. Money's coming. Money's coming. So, are we making a shift in a career and a shift in our career at this time, please?
I actually quit my job about a month ago. It's something
Good
I've
for
been
you.
thinking about for years. I don't have a solid plan, but within this month, I've been really focusing on growing more spiritually, more meditating, and kind of trusting the process and the universe.
Correct.
Really, and kind of just taking it easy and finding and trying to enjoy myself every day and do things
Beautiful.
that make
So
me feel good.
I will interject here. So this is a year for you to focus on your career. and we were not having satisfaction in our work environment. So what did we do? We quit our job, yes? We broke the chains that bound you to the experience, which now will allow the universe to help you reinvent yourself financially, emotionally, spiritually, and career-wise. And you'll define something that is more in alignment with who you are becoming and more in alignment with service for humanity. This is a great time for you to tune in and tap into that. And Anna, I am made aware of some future business that comes together for you, because you realize that you don't want to waste your talents and not be appreciated, and also be one of the only people who are actually working, and everyone else there is just taking up space. It's quite frustrating to you, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. So in the journey of spirituality and the connection with your angels and your guides, they have been working on this up-leveling, and this up-leveling has been something that has been a part of your dream state, your physical state, and they're giving you signs everywhere you go. You're starting to notice. Why do we get to notice more now than ever before? Because you have the time to notice. And this is exactly where you needed to be. And my guides tell me to tell you, bravo, you followed the prompting, you did perfectly, ending one to begin something else, and that's a TBD, to be determined. Anna, before we go in this call, what is your burning question for me?
There is a job offer I did receive, and it's the same kind of line of work, but it's only time, so it gives me some time to focus on what I really want to do. I just don't know if it's a good idea.
You don't know because you're afraid you'll get sucked in, and then you'll lose yourself in this pattern again, and then you will be removed, right? So the word I wrote, and I can't tell you what to do, but you said there's this job offer, and it's the same, similar, and I wrote on my paper, no, 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 no. There's something else for you. But this is where only you can judge where you are in your belief. Some of us need to plug back in and participate in something because it takes away the fear, the concern, the worry, right? It doesn't let us go into inspiration, because even though we're trying to feel inspired, we get worried that we don't have a job, and we don't, we passed up an offer. So what happens if another one doesn't come, and our monkey minds go crazy? So you only take the job if you don't feel as if you're strong enough to believe that you're all right and that the universe is going to provide. I know it will provide, but we have to be able to feel that as a visceral, like, I can trust this experience. Now, a different company could present you with different dynamic, make it a little more palatable, and since it's similar work, you could go into an automatic pilot, bang out the job, but not get as attached and dysfunctional with the rest of them, so that you can flow in your spirit world.
Yeah.
Okay, if you feel that meets that criteria, then you do it. Otherwise, it's a big fat no.
Okay.
All right. Anna, thank you so much for calling. Is this your first time calling the show?
Oh, no, I called before in the past.
Okay. Thank you for calling again, and we greatly appreciate you remembering us. And for this moment, our call is complete. We trust we've been of service.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye for now. 866-972-7247. Write the number down. We are answering your questions here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We've got a whole nother hour for the show. Share the page on Facebook. Share the page. Share the light. And stay with us, everyone. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we're going to be right back.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of the wind in the trees as your RV sits parked in the forest. Is that the call of the majestic owl? And there's the sound of a tree branch crashing into the roof of your RV. Oof, I guess their nest was in that branch. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the true oldies channel.
It's Brian Craig here. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. Wish I had them for everyone, but the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners who call 1-833-283-5050 will get a free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with installation of your Sloman Shield. You can see your home right from the palm of your hands. That's not all. Sloman's is going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners to dial 1-833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. So call Sloman's now for this limited time offer at 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283-5050.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you are looking for the best seafood in town, you have to try Chowderheads. You'll love their authentic New England seafood, flown in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
Robes Law Group of Delray Beach understands winning. As a member of the American Academy of Attorneys $100 million club, they've proven time and again that winning for you is their habit. Don't wait to suffer an accident. Download their app today. Be prepared and be protected by placing Robes Injury Law in the palm of your hand. Text ROBES, that's ROBES, to 474747. Click on robeslawgroup.com or call them today at 561-570-5700. Robes Law Group, winning for you and our community. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Wouldn't you say it's time for a beauty refresh? Lucky for you, Ulta Beauty's 21 Days of Beauty is happening now. So treat yourself with up to 50% off bestsellers like Benefit Cosmetics and MAC Cosmetics. And say hello to new product launches from Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, Tarte Cosmetics, and so many more. That new you feeling is waiting at Ulta Beauty. But hurry, beauty's...
Hi, everyone, and welcome. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions for free. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-331-6838 now. I'm here with spokesman for the firm, John Wolf. So, John, tell everyone listening who should call in.
Well, Maria, first off, thank you for having me here with you. We always enjoy answering the listeners' questions. Now, as far as who should call in, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Call 800-331-6838.
Thanks, John. You heard it, folks. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now to speak with a live agent for free. Call 800-331-6838.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guests alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing. to our heart the ways
Yes,
that
indeed.
worked
It is time to listen to your heart because the way things worked before, it's time to change. And we are tuning in to answer your questions here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 866-972-7247. And we've got our friends on Facebook and YouTube. I'd love to pull a question from our friends in YouTube and Facebook and see what's going on in our Facebook world. Thanks to everyone who's sharing the page and making their comments here. Let's see what we've got going on. All right, so let's see. So Caitlin, she's looking at the organizations and the connections that will lead her to the next great experience, the next great job. So I can tell you this, that as far as employment, Caitlin, the opportunities that I see coming for you are really going to start to heat up in the month of May. So we're going to look for an organization that has a purpose and a meaning behind it, something that will lead you to feeling fulfilled in the day-to-day actions and the job that you do, and also allow you to have room to advance and grow. I'm feeling, Caitlin, that in this journey, you've been feeling as if you were kind of boxed in. And we need to have something that's going to give you creative licensing, ability to express yourself, and the opportunity to learn and grow. And when I move you into the month of May, I see new opportunities coming for you. The actual organization, I can't say what that would be, but I do know that there's opportunity for change coming in May, and that we need them to feel like the right opportunity because they offer you all the things that check the boxes of the ideal job for you. Thanks so much, Caitlin Baisley, for your YouTube question. We're going to take another question from Facebook or YouTube and see who we've got a question from. Let's see who else we've got here. Lilia Rose. She says, hi, am I meant to go to school in Georgia or find a way to go to Florida? So she's got some confusion here, and she's struggling with making a decision because of money issues, and she's feeling kind of lost. So when I look at this energy of Lilia's Rose's energy, I feel like, Lilia, the money is blocking your ability to flow. But when I look at the energy of August of this year, there's an opportunity for you to be back here in Florida. So you can go to Florida, go to school in Florida. So this is what I see coming for you. Georgia is going to seem to be a little more complicated for you. Should I take a semester off? Yes, take a semester off. Take the break because you're not functioning at your best capacity. And August seems to be a great time for you to restart, rejoin the college experience. So Lilia Rose, thank you so much for your Facebook question. We're going to go back to the phone lines at 866-972-7247. And we've got to go to Lauren. And Lauren is in Deerfield. Lauren, how are you tonight? Hi, Lauren.
I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for your call. What is your question for us
Thank you so
tonight?
much for taking my call.
You're welcome. What's the question for us?
I'm just kind of all over the place, kind of, as I was just actually asking myself while I was sitting at work, you know, like, really, is this all there is to life? Like, what is my purpose? But it's like I'm happy, but I'm not happy, kind of toggling back and forth, like, you know, with my relationship, my finances. It's kind of like an emotional roller coaster. Like, where do I need to be? Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? Like, you know, like, why are my finances the way that they are and things like that. So
Perfect.
I'm just kind of all over the place
All right.
now.
So we're going to ask you to take a pause because Spirit's starting to speak within me. So I want to share what I hear. So my guides tell me we're in a box, and the box seems to be closing up, and the four walls are closing in, and the environment with which you work seems to be a bit toxic. and it doesn't really foster camaraderie, self-expression, growth. It seems to be the same old day after day, correct? You are looking to motivate yourself, you're looking to
Yeah.
feel motivated by others, and you're looking to ideally inspire others in your journey. And so it's for you to tap in and tune into your creative side to find a path that is a little more flexible and conducive to what makes you feel good. And one of the keys for you is being a leader. And I don't see that you get to be a leader where you are. So we have to find a path, a trajectory that will take you to the position of leadership in an organization. And that organization that I see is really a temporary spot because I do not see you staying employed by a traditional establishment for a long period of time, but I do feel it is necessary for the financial obligations that you have to move yourself and your family forward. Now, why are the finances where they are? Unfortunately, it's because the flow is not enough to cover, and we have overextended ourselves, and now we're running out of wiggle room. Does this make sense to you? And you think to yourself,
Yes,
I knew
yes,
better, I knew
yes.
better, I knew better, I knew better. But we didn't change anything to support the things that we chose to do, and now we're finding ourselves behind the proverbial 8 ball. Now, this is fixable. It is recalibratable. There are things that you can do to rebalance the finances. One of them may involve a side hustle. Now, let's talk about what that looks like. That doesn't necessarily mean we work more and work harder. It means we find something that inspires us, that brings in a flow of money, that doesn't cost us a lot to put into motion, so that something can build you a new pathway that takes you out of the same old, same old. Einstein said, you keep doing the same thing, you expect a different result. It is the definition of insanity. So we cannot keep doing the same thing. It is not working, and it is chipping away. So no wonder you feel as if you don't feel life, because you're just living to exist. And you're living to exist because that's what society says you need to do. And of course, the paradigm, the matrix that you've created for yourself is expecting you to meet all these obligations. Can we pull the plug and say, I want to run away and go be Tinkerbell with Peter Pan? No, we cannot. But what we can do is change our mindset and step into our energy of power and speak to God and let God speak to your heart to show you your way out of the human error that we made, right? We overextended ourselves, and we chose to stay complacent in a job because we were afraid to make a change. Now, that whole organization, from what I see, from what they show me, makes me feel like that place is unstable anyhow. So we need a plan to get out of there. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So
Yes.
they say, what do you want to be when you grow up? So what do you want to be when you grow up? This is the year of a journey into your soul. And you are feeling all the right things. I cannot tell you how on target and perfect it is that you feel such uncomfortability and you are questioning the existence of the meaning of your life. And is this all there is? Because these questionings are leading you exactly where the soul wants you to go. And ask the question. The question will get you the answer. The answer is a process. It is not an overnight, oh, I had an awakening, it happened, and the universe answered me. No, it is going to take a process of the next 4 months. The next 4 months is an unfolding of energy. By the time I take you to your next birthday, you are really ready to expand to something new. So wherever you are, I don't feel that you're going to be there by the time we get to the month of August. It's an opportunity for you to make change. You have free will. Can you stay? Yes, you can. Do I support you in staying? The universe will support you, but I encourage you to be open to the change, because the change will take you out of the routine that is sucking the life out of you. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
You come from a very strong lineage of women who know how to survive. Is that also true, Lauren?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
So the statement of I am the woman who is powerful beyond measure, and I am the woman who is creating a new life, and I am commanding the energy to bring forth abundance into my experience through multiple streams, needs to be the mantra. Why do you make excuses for other people, Lauren? Why?
Yeah, that's another question that I think I'm just, and I've said it to myself, I've said it before, that I think I'm just too nice when it comes to people. I mean, once I'm done with someone, I'm done with them, but it's just like I just continue to get trampled over. I try to look at the bright side of things, but I always get the short end of the stick afterwards. And it's like you always do so much for others, but when are you going to do it for you?
So it is not selfish to self-fill one's cup. So self-fill the cup. You are not being selfish. Your cup has to runneth over before you give. You've been pouring out the last 3 drops of your cup for the past 7 years. Girl, what have you been thinking? And they specifically go back 7 years, so they're really kind of taking me to the energy of about 2015.
Yeah.
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 So enough. Yeah. It's time for change. And write down what the ideal role and work would be for you. Write down what the meaning of life is for you. What does it mean to feel this energy of breath of life and be alive? Write it down and then ask the universe to show you new ways of expression, and you will be more than satisfied with the outcome.
Okay.
Lauren, have you called into the show before?
I have. I've come to see you before. I actually spoke to you a few months ago about a situation that's still ongoing. I'm praying that it's going to, dismiss or just
a
be
personal
done with.
matter. Yes? Okay. Got it. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This too shall pass.
I believe that as well. I'm just ready for it to be done and over with. But, I just took it out of my hands, and I'm just letting God do what he needs to do, or letting, the energy do what it needs to do in that situation. I'm just, ready for it to be over.
So pray Psalm 27 and let that help you. Thanks so much, Lauren. Good connecting with you again. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Same
Bye.
here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. We sure would love to meet you at the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. If you're local to South Florida or you're visiting, we'd love to host you. I have someone who's in from the UK, and they're going to be having a session with me tomorrow. So, as you know, distance is nothing. People travel, and or we have so many ways to connect. If you're not local, I'd love to have a personal session with you. Learn more about the Expedito Enlightenment Center at sarahspiritual.com, where you'll find all the incense, the oils, the mists, the books, the crystals. Everything necessary for your spiritual journey is at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. So we are really fortunate enough to have a beautiful space where we can meet and greet everyone. And this weekend is a big healing weekend. We've got Isabel Prado. She's going to be at the Expedito Enlightenment Center doing reflexology sessions. She's going to be there on Friday and Saturday. If you'd like to have a session with Isabel, please contact the center at 561-682-0954 or 0955 and schedule your session with Isabel. I think she has a few spots left on Friday and Saturday. There's just a few left, and we'd love to have you experience the power of reflexology and the healing. Isabel is one of my students, and here at the radio station, she also helps answer the calls of all of you who call into the show. So the greatest way you can support Isabel for all the service that she does here for us in the radio show is come on down to the Expedito Enlightenment Center and enjoy some reflexology and allow your body to align to the divine and put you on your divine path. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we've got calls all across the board, all across the nation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Know me, do I know you? Have we met before? been standing in the room before I walk.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
And we are back right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, answering your questions. 866-972-7247. My goodness, I don't even know what show it is, but someone can shoot me a message and tell me what show number we're on, because we are really banging up the shows here. We've been doing this since 2009, and our 14-year anniversary is coming up, as is my 17-year anniversary at the center. So we're so excited to share all of these fabulous experiences with all of you. And if you're interested in taking classes, we host classes at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. We always have, but we took that break. It was called the pandemic, and now we're coming back in the center for some in-person learning, as well as online for all of you that are not local in South Florida that wish to take this next group of classes online and or in center. We're going to be back to normal, so be sure to check out the website and keep your eye on it. We haven't posted the classes yet, but drum roll please, we've got some exciting things coming up for all of you. And we're going to look for one of my staff to tell me what show it is, because I don't really know. Helena says, Sarah, it's 175 live shows. Thank you, Helena. Whew, that's a lot. And we're planning on keeping going as long as my producer decides he's keeping me. If he's keeping me, we're here. And the radio station, they have a say in the whole thing too. But we're here showing up for all of you every Wednesday night. We are appreciative of the questioning. I've answered some questions in type form on our Facebook feed as well, so be sure to visit and see if I got to answer your question while we were at break. I'm going to go back to the phone lines, and I've got France, and France is in West Palm. France, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I am doing great. Good to connect with you. Money, money, money. I see money, honey. I see money coming. I see change coming for you. And I'm kind of feeling, is there a thought or an idea of a celebration or a gathering between you and others? We have a big family event planned, please.
Yes, we have one planned for, what do you call it? That will be for Easter.
Ah, I see a gathering. I see a group here coming together. And are you going to whip up something tasty and great to bring there? Because my guides make me feel like you're going to present something fabulous to add to the meal. Is that true?
Oh, my God. That's why I love you so much. You never fail.
Oh, what are you making? Include me. What's up?
I'm making pineapple upside down.
Ah, nothing like a good pineapple upside down cake, let me tell you. So that's going to be a fabulous
That's
treat.
why he requested.
Well, it's going to be a fabulous pineapple upside down cake, and it's going to be an absolutely fabulous gathering for all of you. And I'm also being made aware of you creating multiple streams of money. So you are working on business ideas, yes?
Yes. Yes.
And I feel like things are picking up momentum and you're starting to move forward. Is that true?
Yes.
And I see
I
money,
wanted
money,
to
money
ask
coming
you-
for you. Okay? So just know that.
Listen, I know my spirit guy, they close by me. They have been trying to reach me. They have been trying to tell me. I know they're telling me to trust myself more, but is there anything else they want me to be aware of?
Trust the power of love. Love is a power that is going to assist you in this journey. And that the partnership that you have connected to you, your partner, your significant other, is there to be one with you and is there for all the right reasons. Now, you are also learning courage, learning to stand up for yourself. And this too is important. Remember that not everybody is supportive of the journey and the path, and that you had to remove yourself from some that did not have the best intention for you, and you had to distance yourself. And so at times, maybe your circle has seemed small, but this is necessary. Know that you are a powerful being, and the being that you are is here to deliver grace and light to others in the way that you choose to express. And it is not for another to impose their way upon you, for you are a free spirit. You have put the time in and carried the burden for many, and now is the time to set yourself free so that you can soar to the new heights that have been written in the stars for you. It's in your destiny. It's time. Now, France, I also see a wedding. Is there a thought or an idea or a plan of a wedding, please?
No, you told me at the beginning of the year, I don't have no hint about it, nothing. You told me, somebody else told me, but I don't know.
So
maybe my significant other is getting married to somebody else, but me, I don't know nothing.
All right, so listen to this. My friend's mother used to say, 1,000 Frenchmen can't be wrong. So it's in the energy. So somewhere down the line, there's a marriage proposal, a wedding, something's coming, okay?
Okay.
So just be open. If I see that in your energy, that means it's there. And it's, of course, up for you to choose, but it has to first drop down in the physicality so that it can come in front of you for you and whomever's asking to make that choice. All right?
I
but
wanted
it is,
to know
yes.
if I'm going to go to Dominican Republic in the next couple months.
By July, you should be going there.
Okay.
All right. Keep us posted. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. And I will bring you coquito and pineapple upside down.
I'm right there for you. Thank you so much. I can't wait. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. Yes, if anyone ever feels inclined to drop off a present for Sarah Spiritual, we'll gladly accept. We love when people stop by and visit. I'm going back to our phone lines. I've got a call from Diane, and Diane also was in West Palm Beach. It's popular in West Palm Beach, this Sarah Spiritual Show. Let's see what's going on in West Palm with Diane. How can I help you tonight?
Well, I had a decision. In other words, a decision was made on a case.
Yes.
And I want to appeal this under the grounds that I was given something that I wasn't supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as if I wasn't supposed to have it, why was this given to me? So I feel like I should contest it and say, with help, of course, that this is the case. So how can it be my fault? Why am I paying back something where I shouldn't have been given this?
Right.
So I wanted some guidance on that and to see what you thought would be the outcome.
Okay. So
In other words,
first of
I've
all,
already sought legal. Go ahead.
exactly. And I'm not a lawyer and I can't give you legal advice, but I'll give you the overview, the bird's eye view from the spirit world, and we're going to pull it all in for you. So you were given something of a monetary sum. Is it a financial amount, please? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Because they're showing me money and they're kind of showing me, my guides are so funny. They're like, well, somebody dropped off some money and she's like, there it is. Let me have that. That's fine. But it really wasn't meant to end up in your hands. This is true. This is about the rough version of that. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't supposed to have it, and I feel as if why was it given to me if the answer should have been no?
Okay. So the answer should have been no, and there is an appeal here. I'm not a lawyer, but there is a wiggle room. And so now they're looking for a repayment. Is that true? A restitution of some sort? Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So the appeal should be able to be heard, depending on the lawyer you pick and the strategy. But what I see is in a form of a negotiation, even if we don't get it completely removed, the amount that is returned may be able to be mitigated. Again, I'm not a lawyer, can't diagnose anything as a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. Everything I'm saying is a brushstroke from Spirit. Spirit is making me aware that we can minimize it or eradicate it. And there's nothing wrong with asking for this to be heard again. Because I also feel, and here's what I'm feeling from the minute I heard your voice, I feel like whoever represented you or helped you in the beginning was ineffective. So the minute you started talking, I felt like there was some kind of ineffective counsel. Something wasn't done correctly to speak your truth in your case and make that point and hit that point home in this arbitrary, just, I don't know, it just wasn't everything was stacked against you, and I don't even feel like you were properly seen and heard, so therefore I don't feel like you were represented well. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So did we represent ourselves with a lawyer in the first place?
No. To be honest, I felt rather positive because, when you commit no perjury and
Correct.
You were honest and true to everything that you have to do in order to seek help. So in other words, I dialed a number, waited for hours, got a hold of someone, and I asked if I qualified, and my answers to their questions were true. And they even provide this information for me, and so that's where this is why I'm appealing the decision that they made, because it's not. I feel like it's their mistake and not my mistake.
Correct. And did this have something to do with the pandemic time, please? Or did it happen during that time?
Towards the end?
Okay, perfect.
Not really during the pandemic, kind of like towards the end.
Okay.
If anything.
Get someone to represent you. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm sure a good lawyer will know the angle, the loophole, to speak the truth on your behalf. And clearly somebody in that organization dropped the ball. And almost as if they pushed you through for their benefit, even more than yours, and now you're being accountable for it. That's the feel of it all. Hopefully that makes sense.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
you.
For the record, I
yes.
No, I feel really positive. Like I just continue to feel positive about. I mean, when you've done nothing wrong, so like there's nothing to fear. So I don't have the fear of, oh no, what if they find this out? No, not at all, because I've done nothing except be honest. So I feel like honesty will hopefully shine.
Absolutely. And I feel like somebody is not being honest or owning up to their part on their end. And this is why you're being left holding the bags. All right? So we will find someone in the universe that will help represent. Diane, is this your first time calling the show?
No, actually, I've called before.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for remembering us. I greatly appreciate that. Keep us posted.
Thank you.
All right. Bye for now.
Excellent. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. So you may ask, why do I ask? Is this your first time calling the show? We always welcome new people to call the show. We're always fascinated as to how you come to find us on the radio or through a referral. And because I don't retain any information that I give someone, it's really like wind blowing through the leaves of a tree. I relay the energy of the wind to you, and then it's gone. I don't really remember people's stories. I'm not here to remember or kind of connect with someone to say, oh, yes, this is the story. I remember that. I'm here to answer you in the moment of now, in the flush of the energy that Spirit provides, so that I can give you an accurate answer that's not based on what I know or what I think I know or a past conversation. It's just the actual flow of Spirit right through me to instantly answer your question and provide you the guidance that you seek. We're going to go back to our phone lines, 866-972-7247, and we're going to go to Cindy, and Cindy is in West Palm Beach. Miss Cindy, how are you doing?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully. Good to connect with you again, Cindy. I do know that we've talked before. This is in my knowing, in my being. What is your question for us tonight?
Well, my question is, I've been in a relationship recently, and today it came to an ending on both parts.
Yes.
And I feel like, he was deceiving me. So I'm curious to know, is this the end for good, or what?
Great question. May I have the birthday of the person? I just need their month and day.
They're in June. I'm not sure if it's 9th or 10th. I forget.
Okay.
Honestly.
That's all right. So as I look in the energy, I feel as if what you were picking up on is they may not have been there for all the same reasons you wanted them there. They were there for something that benefited them more than the relationship itself, and that they were showing up because they were in a wobble in their life and you were making their energy better for them. And they are not really ready for a relationship, but they were trying to put on that front that they were really ready for a relationship. Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Okay. And I still feel that they're not ready for a relationship. And I still feel they're not ready for the word that I hear in my head is accountability. They're not really ready for the accountability. And so could they be back? Yes. Is that a right fit for you? Only you can answer, but the match is really not solid at this time. And I feel as if you were hunkering down to protect yourself because you've been down this road before with people in love, with friends. You've been down this road and you're really good at your spidey senses, Cindy, so you have to honor it. And when people choose to be deceitful, that doesn't mean people haven't told a white lie here and there. I can't speak for all of humanity, but I would say a lot of people have. It's the way with which the deceit was created is what we need to question. And the fact that if it wasn't brought up to the attention of them and asked for them to explain and be accountable, they would have continued, you see. And this is where we don't want to get bushwaggled and get caught up in a story that isn't even built on a strong foundation. And so the word convenient is the word they give me as to how the relationship was kind of unfolding. It was a convenience of a connection, but he doesn't have the substance to bring to the table. Now, depending on where he is in his journey, from what I can see, he went through quite a bit over the past 2 years, so he's kind of getting his feet back on the road right now. And he's going to evolve over these next year or two. But for you, we want someone who's ready to be in partnership now. And this is why I feel like you are letting it go mutually, because you both need to grow in your own way, and you are, and not in a judgment way, but light years ahead of him. All right?
Well, yeah, and I think there was someone else involved too, so.
Well, that's not something we would ever want to go back to, right? So.
Right.
So, let it go. We asked the question that we already know the answer to, so we're happy to confirm that this was more of a convenience than a relationship that's going to do the work and be accountable and be ready for a relationship. Maybe ready for dating, but not ready for a relationship. And you're not looking to be one in the harem of dating. All right?
No,
all right, Cindy.
I know. It's just...
It's difficult.
Well, I thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. We greatly appreciate it. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to go back to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Bobby, and Bobby is in New Hampshire. Bobby, how are you?
Sarah, how are you? You look beautiful tonight.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. What is the question for us?
So my question is, do you see my daughter getting a job in the very near future? Because I'm in fear that since she took a sabbatical during COVID after she lost a job, that she's at the point where she may lose her home if she doesn't find something soon.
Okay. And last year for you was also a bit of a challenging year for you. It was a difficult year for you, Bobby, last year, for yourself personally?
Oh, my God, yes. My husband almost died last year.
Yeah. So you're all just coming out of your experience, all right? So now we have our daughter to worry about.
Yeah.
What is your daughter's birthday?
It is 3974.
All right, let me just tune into her energy, and I'll be sure to get the information for you. There's a part of your daughter that's almost afraid to get back into the routine, if that makes sense to you, even though I know she realizes the importance of having a job and being able to pay for her house and support herself.
That's exactly what I've been thinking.
Yeah, she's become complacent, almost like, what's the use in trying? It could all go away at a moment's notice, and I just busted my butt for what? Like, this is her energy here. So she's kind of beaten down, and she's lost kind of hope in the system, hope in what's out there for her. And this has made it very challenging for her, Bobby. Almost like she's in a bit of a depression. And I don't feel like
Yes.
she wants to go back into the same work, into the same type of work. I just don't see this. I feel like she'd like to do something new, but when we say that to her, she doesn't really know what that looks like. So she doesn't even know where to begin if she goes to do something new. So this is the quandary that she's in. I feel like she's almost used up all her time of ways of excuses and kind of fast shoe dancing around this story of sustaining and maintaining her house. And, I really feel like the next 3 months are critical for her. And I do feel that if she chooses to put on her big girl pants and get back on the horse, we are looking at a job for her in May. But she's got to put the effort in. I don't know that she's doing enough to do that. And that is not most certainly a critical statement. It is just, I just feel like she's feeling hopeless. That even if she does, how is she
think
going
you're
to
right.
regain herself? How is she going to get her footing back? How is she going to stop this overwhelming force of energy that feels like she's never going to catch up, right? Because she's almost been buried in a snow mountain of debt. And so now she doesn't know how to get out. This is the difficulty when we
I think you're
kind of bite off a little more than we could chew, right? And this is why our grandparents and our great-grandparents used to pay cash for everything, and they made sure they had the money to buy what they bought, right? And they didn't really carry mortgages the way we do today, right?
Right.
But of course, we know there's a whole story behind that. And if we all waited till we saved our pennies to buy a house, I guess we'd have to catch it in the next lifetime, the way the housing market is. So I do feel that there's a
You're
window
right.
of opportunity. There is possibility for her. So I want you to encourage her and pray to the angels to assist her, Archangel Michael, to cut away the cords of negativity and the energy of fear and doubt, and for Archangel Gabriel to inspire her, to connect her with the right person, to open the right doors. Highly intelligent, highly functional in the work environment, and highly accomplished. No reason why she can't get a job.
That's absolutely right. She's
I know.
brilliant.
She's brilliant. And in this, I say, in a climate where many people are getting laid off. But just because that's their story doesn't mean your daughter can't get hired, and it has to be her story. So this is why she has to forge
Thank you.
ahead regardless of what's going on. Bobby, energy around you, mother's energy. Your mom passed, Bobby?
Yes.
She is with you. And as you express concern
I
as a
feel
mother,
her every day.
she is with you. When you started to talk to me about your daughter, and right when I was asking you for her birthday, I wrote your mom. I wrote mom there because your mom wanted me to let you know that she's there with you, helping your daughter, and she is most certainly looking out after you.
Oh, thank you.
She sends you much love.
I send it back.
Yeah. And besides your daughter, whose birthday or anniversary is coming up, please, or just came?
It's my husband and my 38th wedding anniversary is coming up in April.
There you go. Thank you so much. Again, she's right there. Just want you to
And
know
she was
that.
there at our wedding, so
She'll be there
Thank
for the
you.
anniversary celebration as well.
I'm sure she will.
All right. Trust the process, my dear. Everything will fall into place.
Thank you,
so
Sarah.
much. You're welcome. Thank you. God bless you. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. Write that number down. We would love to hear from you on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on a Wednesday night, but we've got another call we want to get to before we close out the show, and we've got to go to Georgia. I got Georgia on my mind, and I got Heather on the line. Heather, how are you in Georgia?
I'm doing great, Miss Sarah.
Good to connect with you, Heather. And oh my goodness, we just got they kind of cleared the board, and I need them to put back your birthday for me, so bear with us here. I'm not quite sure why that happened, but okay, got it. Okay, thank you so much. So here we go. How creative can you be? How much do you want to break the stagnation? How much do you want to make the change? How are we going to do that, Heather? Because this is the time for you to kind of break free. And I'm feeling like there's a new routine coming for you in work, some good flow for your finances coming. What is your question for me?
Well, I'm trying to open up a business, but every time I try, I just feel like I don't have the urge and the strength to do it.
Oh, well, you're going to have to take your vitamins and eat your Wheaties, honey, because I see new work. I see new business. I see the creative process. I see you breaking the routine. I see you networking and connecting with people. And I also see you growing into the opportunity of great financial success in the middle of 2024. So we have a lot of work to do between now and then. And when I look at that energy, I feel as if somehow you're complicating the process of opening the business. I really do. I feel like
Yes, ma'am.
you're getting stuck on some details that really, I don't know, I think you need to move yourself in the direction of what the desired action is instead of worrying about all these other things. You just got to jump in. Just got to jump in. Are we looking
Yes,
to have a
ma'am.
physical structure, please, for your business?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
And we're
ma'am.
looking to have an offering or a product at that physical structure, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is the business that we want to open?
Well, I want to do like an in-home group home, and then I also trying to do a business in Jamaica.
Okay. Can we stick on the business
I want to
that's
work.
here?
I want to do it. Yeah, the business that I want to do here. I want to do an in-home group home for mentally challenged kids.
Okay. So get your licenses, do what you need to do, get everything in order. Find the location, wherever you're going to build it or host it, house it, get that going. You're scattering yourself. Don't worry about the business in Jamaica. It's really hard to keep an eye on that. Let's get this business off the ground.
ma'am.
There's a lot of legalities and things that are necessary to get this business off the ground properly. And once this is up and growing, you can decide if you want to grow something in Jamaica. It's really far for you to be watching your money and have someone watching your back, which is kind of hard to do. Hard to find good help here in the States. I don't know what it's like in Jamaica, but I can't imagine it's any different. So please be open to building this business and branding it. You can have all your paperwork, everything done and ready to roll by the summer, end of summer. So it's time to go. And it's most
Yes,
certainly there for you. The universe has it there for you. Your guides have it there for you. Everything's in place for you. For this minute, Heather, they're telling me we have to pop off, but I hope I've been of service to you and given you some insight and assisted you in the vision of how to manifest this.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for your call. Bye for now. For this minute, everyone, we are complete, but I would love to connect with you next Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. and answer your questions. And we're here every Wednesday night. Visit my website, Sarah Spiritual, learn more about my services, my products, and the different sessions that we could have. It's always an honor and a pleasure to assist you. It's been a great ride, 675 live shows. We're looking forward to next week where we all begin the journey again. Stay with us every Wednesday. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
Is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be. don't know.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN Pompano Beach.